Well, since everything's been paused, here comes the 2020 CBR commentated video. Alrighty, road runners, we are back in action with the commentated videos, and as you see, this is the CBR number 2 of 7 Carson event. This is the category 4-5 start, and this commentated video is going to be a little bit different from what you've seen in times past. And what I mean by that is due to the time of the recording to today's date, as we're dealing with the coronavirus, for some weird reason, I do not have all of the front video footage. So what you're going to see here is the first lap and the final lap of the category 4-5 race, as well as the first and last lap of the category 4 race. So yes, this video is compiled of 2 category races at CBR 2 of 7. This event is going down in Carson, California. And so as you see right now, we are just coming, we've already come through turn 1 and 2. We are on our way to turn number 3. So please let me know down in the comment section below if you like this format and the way that I'm presenting this particular video to you, not including the absence of the front camera once we complete this first lap. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your opinions are. And again, please subscribe, comment, and like if you haven't already. So we are now going through turn number 4, and you see the pace is a little bit slow. We're going 21 miles an hour. Went through that 1 to 3% roller, and we are now going to be closing out the first lap of this race. And here we go with the rear camera topic. So the first one is a crash. So there you saw a crash, a guy went down, and pretty much main thing with that is just being able to avoid them. The second one is moving up. And so right here you see us in that 1 to 3% roller, and I'm moving up on the outside. And I have, again, Frank on my rear wheel. And so just being able to find the right line to be able to move up. And with crashes, you know, it doesn't always work in your favor to be able to avoid that, but sometimes do the best you can. Here, point number 3 is you see that we're bunching up a little bit. You see, again, we're about 5 across the road. And what that indicates is that we are slowing down. Preme laps. I stopped talking there so that you can hear the bell going. And so this is going to be a full, complete lap, pretty much what preme laps are. For those of you that do not know, they're intermittent races, 1-lap races within the overall race. So this race was about 30 minutes long. And so a preme lap allows the riders to test their abilities, to test their fitness, to get to the front of the group, to try to break away. Whoever comes across the line first, they get product premes, they get cash premes, they get bar point premes, different things of that nature. So it's either money, product, or points for the overall series or omnium purpose. So that's pretty much what a preme is. And so right now you see we're doing a preme lap, and this is just also allowing me opportunity and a little bit of time just to speak with you again. And so again, you know, with crashes, you want to do the best you can to avoid. With moving up, you want to try to find the best line to move up. Again, with preme laps, you want to try to be in a good position for those, pretty much the top, I would say the top third, to be able to really contend for a preme. Or if you just have watts in the legs and good, fresh, and powerful legs, you can always tail gun. And then when you hear that bell, when you come through, start your process of moving up and say, hey, I'm going to try to move up about 10 people per lap or per corner and see where that puts you. So we're now about to come through turn number 4. And I'm not going for the preme, but I just wanted to use this as a rear camera topic to share with you all that are previewing this video. And again, I thank you for your time, especially now that, you know, we're all talking about go solo and social distancing. And right now, this is a preme lap. All right, so the next one is going with move. So what you're going to, and making, creating gaps. So right here, there's a move going in front of me. So I'm going with that move. And what you're going to see here momentarily is the gap that's presented before you. So that gap right there, which if we would have kept pushing in the front, we could have had a breakaway, but we got that shut down. So now here we go again. This is the final lap, and you see there we got, again, the front and the rear camera. So, of course, the pace is up. We're going 28 miles an hour, And again, this is the Category 4 or 5 race at CBR Carson, number 2 of 7. So again, finding a good wheel, and this person in front of me rides with Team FLX, and he has pretty good stamina and usually breaks away, but so I felt if I was on his wheel that I would have a really good chance of possibly moving up if he was going to move up. I had a good feeling that he would, but again, every race is different from the last. Right there on the left, we have Courier Cycling. That is Mike Shaw. He rides here locally, but he's riding with Courier. And we have a guy coming up on the inside. So that's actually Dakota coming up the inside. We have Boost to my left, which is a new, I think, development team that Fitter is outfitting and really supporting them. So right now I'm sitting on Dakota's wheel as we're coming up through this, and now it's time for me to lay some watts down. So I'm hitting, I think I hit over like 900 watts right there coming up through this climb. And I actually, with this, kind of made me mad at the end of the day. I realized that my power meter stopped recording when I was hitting the most watts. So also, if you didn't know, I actually had to send my power meter back to Pioneer. They fixed it in about 2 weeks' time, and I just got it back, so I'm really stoked about that. I got Ethan right there to my left of Legion of Los Angeles, and so you see Ethan right there in front of me, and so we're all sprinting. I hit over 1,000 watts as we get ready to come through the start and finish of this race. All right, so now we go into the next race, which is the Category 4 race, and here we go with the start right here. And again, you're going to get front and rear camera of the first lap and the final lap. So this is the Category 4 race, and we are making our way. I can't remember exactly what I finished in that Category 4 or 5 race, but at the end of the video, that information will be there for your eyeballs. So yet again, I do truly appreciate you guys and gals taking this time to spend it with me while we go through these videos. So right here to my 1 o'clock, we have that Boost cycling team where Fitter really has taken them under their wing and has outfitted them and taken care of them and just and mentoring and leading the way. We got SDBC in the house. I think the CBR1, they were still doing their training camp, and so now they are here in effect. And so we got a roadie right here in front of me to my 1 o'clock again, rocking the map out of Australia. And so right here in front of me, this is a Fitter kit. I actually saw him before the race, and so I was like, okay, he looks like he's pretty strong. So you see guys on the outside moving up. That's now my teammate moving up on the outside. I'm not sure who that was. It may have been Robert. But again, we got some SDBC in the race. This is what you see with the Pactimo red and black kits. You see them moving up on the outside. And so I'm just following those wheels a little bit lightly because, again, this is the first lap. We got Courier right here. We got Methods to Winning Master Rider Dustin Benedict coming up in front of me. And so, of course, I jump on his wheel as we go through that 1 to 3% roller as we make our way to turn number 4. Looking at the rear camera, not much going on back there. We all just kind of tucked in trying to see what the characteristic of this race is going to be. And as I expressed to you all in every single commentated video that I do, every race is different from the previous one. More rear camera topics. This one is drafting. So watch this Serious Cycling. You see this guy, he was on my wheel. The Serious Cycling guy, he was on my wheel, and he was drafting me really, really well. The next topic is knowing where the race leader is. So you see Wes on my rear wheel, and just knowing where he's at, that helps us a lot in knowing where to be, especially if you're trying to contend. The next topic is letting other riders know where you are. And so as you saw there, the guy that was directly behind me, he touched the rider to his right, whether he knew him or not. He pretty much just kind of touched him, let him know, hey, I'm here to your left. And now again, we're in the final lap. So again, coming through turn number 1, and of course the pace is up. Again, we're going 27, 28 miles an hour. We got a junior rider right there, SDBC. So again, you see sometimes we have to hit them brakes, and it's most certainly not fun having to hit brakes in the hottest lap of all of them, and that being the last lap. We got Octavio out there with the green and white jersey, 464 out there to the left. You got Dustin Benedict. I believe that's Dustin Benedict to my right. I know him by his gloves. And again, we got my new team, Lagrange, right in front of me. I should have jumped quickly on his rear wheel so I could be up there where he's at. And you see there, the guy in the full blacked out skin suit jumps on him. I think I'm coming up on, I think this is Dakota again. No, that's not Dakota. So anyway, we're coming through turn number 3 as we are getting ready to go into the 1 to 3% roller. We cannot go across those cones, otherwise you're DQ'd. And so we're hitting the watts. You see I'm hitting over 1100 watts as we're making it up through this little roller, making my way up on the outside. I learned that at Carson, probably the safest and cleanest line, and the fastest line is actually the outside line. We got Mark Mann right there in front of me. And that's one thing that I've learned with this Carson course. Sometimes we want to sit on the inside, but I've learned that the outside is probably the faster line. It's maybe a little bit longer, but it's the safest and I think the fastest. So now we're coming up to the start and finish. And again, I'm just pushing on the pedals, hitting over 1,000 watts. Again, I found an opening. So of course I cut through the opening and I go ahead and proceed through to the finish line. And so again, here are the results. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for clicking it. Please comment, like, subscribe. On to the next one with your boy, C-Dub, aka Crit Whit, and I hope you enjoyed it. Peace.